Hi there, everybody. Welcome to my channel. It's Krista here for the weekly reading for the sign Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know your Moon and Rising signs, you can just plug your information into a link that's in the description box called Always Astrology, and that'll give you a snapshot of your birth chart, and it'll show you where all the signs that your planets are in. And if for any reason the Pisces reading doesn't resonate with you, you can always check out your Moon and Rising sign readings and see if those help a little bit better this week. That being said, I do hope this does appeal to you and provides some sense of healing and calm for you Pisces this week. This is for the week of April 30th to May 6th. I'll be doing the same spread I did last week, just using a different deck. I'm using the Healing with the Angels Oracle for the central spread this week. I just feel really strongly that all signs require extra healing and guidance from Spirit and the angels this week. So I'll be using this for the central card spread. Central card, 2 qualifiers in the bottom of the deck for general energy, and drawing a card from each deck for additional guidance from the Medicine Card Tarot and the Wisdom of the Oracle Tarot. All right, so I wish for Pisces all success, joy, and wellness. I invoke spirits of love, light, and beauty. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. I ask God to please bless this reading for Pisces. So if you're new to my channel, you'll notice that I just do a lot of shuffling and wait for the cards to jump. I've been reading cards for over 30 years, and this is my preferred method of late. I used to shuffle, split the deck, take the top cards, yada yada. But I have a real affinity for jumping cards now, so bear with me as we shuffle through and get your 3 cards out. Pisces, we're coming out of Taurus in retrograde finally, so any issues having to do with reproductive health if you're a woman, anything to do with relationships, love, issues around beauty or care of beauty like hair, nails, skin care. Anything that's been holding you up or not going as planned over the last 5 or 6 weeks is now turning direct. So you should be feeling a little bit better about those things if they were causing havoc for you these past couple of weeks. Certainly if you've been putting off a haircut, having your nails done, etc., things having to do with the beauty department or even music or art, this would be the week to begin that. All right, so the central card for you this week that represents you, Pisces, is the card Support. Now, there are a great deal of entities in this card. There's also major star constellations here. Orion's belt, Virgo, and Scorpio. So things having to do with summer, Leo, Virgo. So July, August, and September. There could be either, especially during those times of the year this year, whatever's going on this week will be leading to something having to do with July, August, September for you. However, this week is where you are going to be requesting or requiring extra support in order to get to that place that you want to be this summer, Pisces. So, and we'll look at these up close in just a moment. I'll get the other 2 cards out. But for example, there are 6 entities in the card. They are looking over the earth. This is a very healing card. The whole point is about healing. Their entire bodies and hands are wrapped around the earth in order to protect it. Whatever you're undergoing this week regarding this spread that's going to lead you to the summer, for example, Pisces, Oh, wow. Serenity. Is leading you to your absolute highest good. If you've been wondering about what you should be doing with your life on earth, or if you've been putting off what should be doing with your life on earth, I don't see at all that you are confused about this, or that you are willing to stand still about this, not one day longer. I think that this is such a determined card. You know where you belong. And these are also individuals, entities rather, who are involved with the ancients. This is something that is so, it's in your bones. This could even be hereditary, something that your grandparents did, particularly the maternal grandparents, or something that you acquired from them. But support goes both ways, right? If you're getting a support, then you're giving it. Now, depending on what the other two cards are, I'm going to suggest, though, right now, Pisces, that the bulk of support is coming your way, perhaps for once in a very long time. But you know what? To be fair, it might be because you haven't been this outspoken about needing support, or about being in a position to accept support. Like, you know, welcome to the human condition, right? We avoid things, we put things off, we think we can handle it, we think it's not a big deal, we think just a couple of cries, we'll get over it, we think it's, you know, we're reading into things. No, not when you're a Pisces. When you're a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, water signs, like all of us at some point in our lives, we try to get away from ourselves. Excuse me, we try to avoid the truth. We don't want to make painful decisions. We don't want to ask all the time, right? We don't want to always be in need. But you require a great deal of support this week, Pisces. You require it. So maybe don't worry too much about giving it back, or keeping a scorecard, or, you know, the tit for tat thing. This is really about you. This is about letting people support you. We'll look at this closely in a moment, okay? And then we'll look at closely some of the entities on the card. To the right of the support card is Serenity, really light blue, light green rather, beautiful, gentle with flowers. This could even be gardening, and feeling at home and serene in gardening. And then to the left of support is new love. So whether it's a person, an idea, or a place, or even a new life that you love, or falling in love with the new life that you have. I'm just looking at the bottom of the deck. This is blowing my mind. Big changes await you because of what you're doing now, and you're not messing around. Okay, so that being said, we'll look at the bottom of the deck for the general energy for the week, Pisces. It's new beginnings. So not only do you have the card of new love, but you have new beginnings. This is you not resting on your laurels any longer. You're not waiting for the hero. You're not waiting for the right time. There's no magic moment. There's no right amount of money. There's no everything's in order. None of that matters this week. All that matters this week, Pisces, is that you start. Whatever this is that you want, July, August, September for yourself, start now. Okay? This new beginning that will manifest. See, it'll seem like a new beginning once it's manifested, right? And it's in you can feel it, you can touch it, you can smell it, all that stuff. It'll be like, oh, this is new. Here's the weird thing. This is because of now. This is because of planning. So this is the new beginning, right? The support, the totally knowing what you want, knowing what you need, being willing to be receptive and accept it, not keeping scorecards, supporting yourself even, not giving yourself a hard time, not berating yourself. But the new beginnings begin the new beginnings rather, is because of a final manifestation. And it's because of what's going on right now. So the time is now. And like a lot of poets stated and philosophers have stated, like the moment of magic is now, right? Really all we have is right now. Living in the past amounts to depression. Living in the future amounts to anxiety. All we have is right now. So this is bringing a great deal of calm to your life, I really believe. Perhaps for the first time in a long time, you're coming to terms with something about yourself and what you need in life and what you need to give, how you need to support. Here are the constellations, by the way, above these entities. How you want to support others is very definitive for you, and it doesn't look the same as it has in the past, and it isn't the same that you're acting now. This is something that's uniquely different, but it's because it comes from, it's in your bones, right? You have it. You've been wanting to do this for a long time. You just didn't feel supported, or you didn't feel it was the right thing to do, or you felt like you'd be stealing or taking from somebody or leaving something you've known so well, right? And I'm only really driving the whole leaving terminology because of the two cards with the word new in it, right? Like that's rare in a very small card spread. And we all know that in order for a new door to open, we have to close that other door. We have to find peace with that. And I think this week is either the beginning of the process, or the process will be this week, that you find the support that you need to accomplish what you need to accomplish for yourself, Pisces, in order to get to where you want to be this summer. Very definitively for yourself. And I think you've known this for a long time, even if you were keeping it to yourself. So a great deal of magenta pink in the card, so a lot of female, feminine energy. Some of the entities in the card are an old troll, a woman, an ascended master, a wise woman, what appears to be a fairy witch, a fairy, I believe, fairy goddess, and then a tribal elder. So this is an incredibly spiritual card, okay? Capital S, spiritual. Obviously, they're circling the earth and their hands around the earth in a healing pose. So your goal, your level of manifestation that begins now, that is going to amount to this new beginning for you, this manifested beginning for you, is about healing. Support for yourself allows you to fill up your own well of support, and only then are you able to give it back. We cannot give what we don't have, right? So get as much as you can, support and fulfillment and assistance and camaraderie and find that circle, if you haven't already found it, that healing circle, or create that healing circle where you're working with like-minded people toward the same goal, Pisces. So to the right of the support card is Serenity. I think for the first time in a long time, and you really deserve this, is a sense of calm and peace and serenity that comes from finally being willing to accept that this is what you're meant to do, and that this, even if something closes or ends, it's actually better for everybody. That's the weird thing. That's why this can't come with any I mean, goodbyes are always painful, right? But I mean, it doesn't mean that you're leaving someone out of anger, or they're leaving out of anger, or something's ending, like I said, in order for a new beginning. or that something's ending out of anger. It doesn't mean that at all. It could even mean that you've become so serene or you've developed a serenity around closing the door on something. And it's taking you this long to get here. And you deserve this. You deserve to feel peace over this difficult decision for yourself. It could even be new beginnings, right? Like, is that new life? A whole new life that's available to you. So with the new love card to the left of the support, the central issue, again, there are cherubs and they do have little arrows and it looks very romantic and it's kind of pink. So yeah, this could very well be a new love, as in a new person. But because of the placement, where it's sitting and what it's sitting next to, and because two like new showing up twice is just really rare, I'm going to suggest that this is about the new love being the newfound love you have for your new life, for your goals, even new love for yourself. You might even have gotten to a place where you respect yourself more. You've overcome something or accomplished something difficult that was holding you back, and you're like, oh, I appreciate myself so much more now. Or I learned so much about myself. I can love myself in a different way now. You really deserve this. However, because of the general energy being new beginnings and this being new love to the left of support, I'm going to suggest that this is more about a position. The new love is about the position or placement or hobby or life, like lifestyle. The way you live your life is what you're finally able to live in, that love, in that sense of giving and accomplishment and joy and feeling fully yourself, fully serene, because this is your love, right? Alternately, having followed these steps, having this be your new love this week, even the planning stage could be the love, right? That you could find, say, a soulmate or a romance opportunity over the summer when you get to this place. So that, that could be it as well. I don't generally do romance readings, for example. This is a general reading, so please take it however it applies to whatever is most prominent in your life this week, Pisces. But I'm genuinely struck by the cards new beginning and new love, besides serenity and support. I think you're finally coming to a place of calm about where you belong, and you're not going to hide it from anybody. You have nothing to prove to anybody. You're being completely completely honest with yourself, and at peace with that. And because of being honest with yourself and at peace with that, you are finally able to approach others with that sense of serenity and calm, and present your position and present where you want to be, what you envision for yourself, what you truly love and want to do and are meant to do on this earth, that you feel in your bones you are meant to do. And you're going to be so supported, right? Even if someone is hurt, even if someone isn't pleased or doesn't go along with you, or doesn't see it the same way you do, you will be supported. People believe in you, that you can do this. This isn't a lack of at all other people, from the outside looking in. It's not because other people have been holding you back. This is, maybe you were telling yourself it was, but I'm not really getting this from this reading, and certainly from the last couple of weeks. It wasn't about an outside influence. This is very definitively something that was within you that perhaps you were putting off for whatever reason, right? Again, human condition. There's just some things that need time, take time. We need to come to terms with things. So, You know what? 2 fell out. I'm going to take them. Interesting. Okay. So the first card that came out is Rabbit. Rabbit is the card of fear. And then Whale. Whale is the card of record keeping. Oddly, these cards show up a lot when there's 2 jumpers. Anyway, I can't explain it. Okay, so there could be some residual fear, okay, being the rabbit here. There could be some residual fear around making this leap, okay? But it's residual. This is not present currently. This is, remember how I said thinking about the past? Living in the moment is so critical because this is where the magic happens. Living in the past is depression. The more you think about the past, mistakes you made, problems, relationships, what have you, the more this is going to stymie you, and it needn't, okay? There is no need to fear here because you're doing exactly what's right for you. This is all supportive and new and loving and generous and prosperous for you. If there is any fear, I think it might just be about hurting someone else. I don't think it's a fear that you're making the wrong decision or that you still don't know what to do that's best for you. No, I think you know exactly those things. I think that the fear resides from a sense of letting go, or upsetting someone else or hurting someone else. On the other hand, if this is a health issue or concerning a health issue of your own or someone that you love, you could have general, very human fears about how they will manage. And your job right now, Pisces, if that is the fear, is to just give complete and unadulterated support. Just try not to let it drive you nuts in your mind and try to treat any fear with love. Okay? So any fear that you encounter, sort of oppose that with a sense of love, of healing love. And then the other jumper card was the Whale. This is record keeper. This whale is in the ocean, these deep, deep waters. There's something unseen. This is magic. This is, the underworld. Very related to Pisces, but in the same way, it's related to the sign Aquarius. It's the wish card, right? This is, in the traditional tarot, this would be the sister card of the star. So this could be considered a wish card. And if you were to make a wish this week, Pisces, would that wish be about getting to your goal faster, or would it be about releasing fear? Or even discovering, maybe you'd like to name the fear and getting to the bottom of it. But record keeper next to fear is really interesting because it does indicate a depression. So like I said, a great way to manage that, if this is a theme for you this week or at all in your life, is to meet it with love, to have faith, and to take action toward your dreams and goals, to create this new beginning for yourself. Apology-free, okay? And here for the final card is the card of mending. Here we have 2 fairies mending a curtain together. They're sitting on spools, looking at a pink sky. This is about partnerships, about mending friendships, partnerships, getting to the root of issues so that you can get over hurdles together, even if it means going different ways. If that is a concern for you this week, I'm going to look at some additional words for the mending card in the book because I really want to be clear about what this is trying to say here. So this is the last card in the deck. This is 52, and it is literally forgiveness, making amends, and healing after arguments. So if that's been tripping you up, or you've been avoiding those, or if they have been causing you fear or anxiety or depression, I think the answer here, along with love, is the strength of forgiveness. Forgiveness of self and others is incredibly healing, and it's incredibly progressive. All times, forgiveness heals, is about you and not the other person. Forgiveness is a unique method of love for the self. Because whether or not the other person knows you've forgiven them or that's related to them, the fact that you've forgiven them in your own heart and mind is all that matters. This is what gives you strength. Whether or not they know it. This is about you, Pisces, okay? So if there's any forgiveness to do or any healing after arguments to do, rest assured that you can do this, but please be aware that it's also necessary in order to move forward, to get out of any stymie, fear, or depression about how to move on from here. Okay? Don't let old habits or bad habits or fear about displeasing other people or even having an argument get in the way of where you're truly meant to be. Okay? You need to follow your heart, dear Pisces. So anyway, I really hope that helped for you, Pisces. I hope this resonated and it was somewhat healing. Please let me know what you think of the reading in the comment section below. You can find out more about me, my book, and the cards that I used in the description box. And I hope you take good care of yourself. In the meantime, I will see you next week for your next week's reading. Please take good care. Bye for now, Pisces.